Hi, welcome to part 4 in this series. This is Team Echo Bravo and I'm gonna take you on a quick tour to see how to cope with enemies. This is not a complete guide to everything about enemies.
Don't wake them.
Well, that's a good tip. This is not a complete guide on all enemies because that is part of the fun, finding that out, finding out some extra sneaky things as well. So I'm not gonna tell you everything you need to know. I'm gonna tell you the basics so that you can get going and finding out all different types of enemies, or finding out how to kill all these enemies is something you have to find out by playing, because that's part of the fun. But I'm going to show you some basics. So these enemies in this level, or basically in every rundown as for now, get triggered by a couple of things, which is light, sound, movement and touching them. And they trigger each other, because when they get triggered, that's what I call it, when they aggro or when they light up or when they start attacking, I call it triggering. But that only happens within proximity, at least for the movement. You see, when they light up like that, they are in the first stage of triggering, and depending on how triggered they are, that will grow. There will be more. You can see them moving more, lighting up more. And one misconception is that when you walk, every step will trigger them. That's not the case. When you're close enough, for now, see, now I'm triggering these people, but when they die down, I'm already in a sort of closed thing. I can walk around because there's a sort of time between it. You see?
Sleepers, don't wake them.
And they will probably trigger again. If I move now, you see, then I will make things worse. So there is a bit of margin. I'm not gonna kill these two because they're quite close together. Crouching, by the way, which produces a lot of noise. So you have a sitting down one here. For instance, if I light him now, he will trigger. See the movement, sounds he's making. So make sure you don't light them up. Sometimes you can do that on purpose to for instance, if you want to sync some of them up, if there's two of them next to each other like there, when they're close together like they are, if for instance if you're playing with others and you want to move simultaneously, it's easiest when they all light up at the same time instead of one after the other, so you can use the light to light them up. But if you light them up too long, they will trigger and attack you. Another important thing is you try killing them by hitting them in the head, because then it will be an insta-kill. So for instance, you see the circle as well. It's a big circle, which means I will miss, and if it's a small circle, it means I'm close enough to hit him. So make sure you're close enough, and then what you can do is charge your weapon and then smash his head off. And that's a silent kill. There is a certain radius in which you can do that, and it will not trigger enemies. Not super large, that radius, so you can do it quite close, but that's something you have to find out by yourself, where the limit is. So let's see if we can kill these guys here. See, the right one and the left one are lighting up now. I can sync them with my flashlight.
Don't wake them. We'd be overrun in no time.
And it will be a risky kill, but I'm gonna try it anyway. And what's important when doing this, these are probably too close, but if they were slightly further away, if I kill this one while this one is lighting up, it will trigger them easier. If I kill this one without lighting him up, or when this one's not lit up, there is a big chance that this one won't trigger. So that's important for timing your kill. And one final note. The one with the blobby things on the head is a ranged or shooter, and this one is a melee guy. They all have also the possibility to attack you with their tongue, but these can shoot sort of lightning bolts from a distance. I'm gonna sync them up now. That way I can move in like this. closer you are, the sooner they will light up if you do anything. Then I'll stand up. They'll trigger again, as you can see. Now I'm gonna trigger them when he will be off when I hit him. And this one got aggroed. You see it? He lights up. But if you're fast enough and you don't trigger the room, for instance by moving, if there were like others close by, they might have triggered because of the move or the small sounds. But if you hit him fast enough, even that this one got aggroed, doesn't mean you have to trigger the whole room. So that's a quick guide into the enemies. Be careful and yeah, find it out yourself, because that's a big part of the fun, having the scares, encountering new enemies, being afraid of what you'll encounter next. But this should be able to get you going at least through the first levels and have fun exploring. Cheers!